In 1932, Australia declared war on a bird. Not a metaphorical war, but a real military operation against thousands of emus roaming the outback. After World War I, many Australian veterans were given land in Western Australia to start farms. The government hoped this would reward soldiers and boost wheat production during the Great Depression, but the land was harsh, dry, and difficult to manage. And then came the emus. Around 20,000 emus migrated inland after their breeding season, just as the wheat crops were growing. The giant, flightless birds stormed through farms, trampling fences and devouring entire fields in days. Farmers were desperate and furious. They appealed to the government for military assistance. In November 1932, the Minister of Defence approved an unusual solution. Soldiers from the Royal Australian Artillery were deployed with 2 Lewis machine guns. The operation was led by Major G.P.W. Meredith. Their mission sounded simple: eliminate the emus and protect the farms. But nothing about this mission would be simple. The emus proved surprisingly strategic. During the first encounter, the soldiers set up their guns and waited for a large group to approach. When they opened fire, the birds scattered in every direction. Only a handful were killed. The emus moved in smaller groups after that. They seemed to understand that staying clustered made them vulnerable. In another attempt, the soldiers mounted a machine gun on a truck to chase them, but the terrain was too rough and the truck bounced violently across the land. The gunner couldn't aim properly. The emus outran the vehicle with ease. After several days of effort, thousands of rounds had been fired. Yet only a few hundred emus were confirmed killed. Major Meredith reportedly admired the birds' resilience. He even compared them to Zulu warriors for their ability to survive under fire. News of the failed campaign spread quickly. Newspapers mocked the military for losing a war against birds. Public criticism grew stronger. Soon the government withdrew the troops, but the story didn't end there. Farmers continued to struggle with emu invasions. The military was briefly redeployed later that month. Again, the results were underwhelming. Eventually, officials concluded that machine guns were not the solution. Instead, they introduced a bounty system. Farmers were paid for emu beaks as proof of kills. Ironically, this civilian-led approach proved far more effective than the army's efforts. By the end of the campaign, the emus had essentially won. The Great Emu War became one of the most bizarre chapters in Australian history. Today, it remains a viral example of nature humbling human ambition. While it sounds like satire, the events were fully documented in parliamentary records and newspapers. The so-called war serves as a reminder that technology doesn't guarantee victory. It also highlights the unpredictable consequences of settling harsh environments without understanding local ecosystems. The Great Emu War may have lasted only weeks, but nearly a century later it continues to fascinate millions around the world. Don't forget to subscribe for more exciting stories.